Right now, so many of us are living in a state of fear, living in a state of anxiety. There doesn't seem to be an end in sight. Everything we took for granted as real and true and good for us seems to have collapsed. And when I was thinking of making this video, Lincoln's Gettysburg Address came back to me. Now this is kind of a startle moment, right? Because I haven't thought of that in a long, long time. Anyway, Lincoln described democracy as of the people, by the people, and for the people. So what this means is that democracy of the people means our elected officials, the people that we entrust our government to, should be like us. By the people means that we should have a say in determining what is happening in the government or not. That is for the people, for us. And we look at the government today, we look at institutions today, we look at everything today, and none of that seems to be happening. All of the systems that we had to make that possible have either collapsed or are beginning to collapse. So Medicaid, Medicare, food stamps, assisted housing, assisted health care, all of that has been either taken away completely or limited a lot. With the rising cost of housing, the rising cost of food, even if we have jobs, life is very difficult, very difficult. Here in the St. Thomas, the cost of food is crazy. $17 for a pound of lunch meat. And I can't even imagine what it's like to try to feed a family on salaries that people are making compared to the food cost, compared to the rent. And it's not just here, it's everywhere in the country. So we're afraid, and there doesn't seem to be a way out of this. We look for our leaders, and they're not leading. We look for some kind of solution from somewhere else. But right now, we are in such polarity. One side has all its beliefs, all its social media, all its news sources that just simply reinforces their fear and their belief system. And the other side has the same. So we are not even communicating with each other, and the third side and the fourth side, no one is communicating with each other with an open mind. Is this the end of the world? Well, not really. What it is the end of the Piscean Age. What does that mean? Piscean Age is an astrological age, not a year, although your birth or whatever. It's 2,100 years of the way things have been as it shifts into another period of growth. So in the Piscean Age, the one we're leaving, it's based on hierarchy. We need leaders, we need gurus, we need people with more knowledge and more experience or more just wisdom than us to look forward to determine who we are and how we live in this world. This takes a lot of our own power away. We look at others to determine if we're attractive, if we're smart. Everything is hierarchical, which means that being who we are is usually not good enough. We don't live in a harmonious society right now. It's very much separated and hierarchical. So some people are at the top and many, many people get lower and lower and lower. And they're helpless. And it hurts many, many people. This is the collapse of the Piscean Age. It's the last gasp of the people who benefit from this way of living. And it is not true. Not only is it government, think of it. Think of the religious leaders or the spiritual leaders who have completely been uncovered for being not true to what they're teaching. Every religion has its leaders who have taken advantage of others. Right now, with the Epstein files, we learned that Deepak Chopra wrote to Epstein that God is a construct and girls are real or something like this. And it's not just him, it's all of these other people that we considered leaders and spiritual advisors who let their ego overpower them, and they are ended up being not true at all. The Piscean Age is all about hierarchy, authority, and image, not about transparency or truth. So as this age comes to its uproarious end, where are we going? We're moving into the Aquarian Age. What does that mean? What is the Aquarian Age? As you can imagine, as you're shifting from one period of time to the next, there's going to be a lot of changes. The Aquarian Age is about sovereignty. I'm going to talk about that in the next video. But basically, sovereignty means that I decide for myself, with myself, who I am and what I am, and what is best for me at the soul level. It's about unity without judgment. There are differences of opinions, there are differences of ideas. I'm not going to say there's not good and bad in the world, but what I will say is that allowing your emotions to overrun with any of those ideas and allow fear to interfere with it, nothing gets solved. You live in a state of constant anxiety and being stuck. So you acknowledge that there's good, you acknowledge that there's bad, but then your soul, you ask yourself, what is mine to do about this? This is sovereignty, and this is what the Aquarian Age is about. It's about unity. It's about connection. It's about transparency. It's about, yes, this is who I am, and I don't need to hide it. I don't need to ask for acceptance. It is the truth of me. Because at the very core of the Aquarian Age, at the very core of who we are, is love. Love is an innate frequency. It's not given to us from outside. So when we no longer look at outside authority to determine who we are, what we know, what we do, we can return to ourselves as love. So, in the Piscean Age, it was mostly about what's outside of me to help me. Who's above me? The Aquarian Age is about what's true inside me. And so, while I'm not saying this is an easy time in life, I'm not saying that people, that the amount of suffering in the world is acceptable, because in no way is it acceptable. But I will say that as we move into this new age, in the Aquarian Age, it's an opportunity for us all to make this world a better place.